Hey everyone, this is Roldy. I'm going to be showing you some Great League Remix Cup battles. Really strong team that I built, and it's gotten me pretty good ELO. So let's get straight into it. We have Shadow Machamp against Shadow Machamp. So typically I play this, I like to actually throw or wait for them to switch out. And I switch into Lanturn to counter the Frostlass. So Lanturn is actually really strong. This is meta. And it's been giving me a lot of clutch plays. I think it's been probably the MVP of this team, as well as Hypno actually. Shadow Hypno is really strong. So here we're looking pretty good. I think I could just shield and farm down from here. I decided to let it go, which is interesting. Might just come back in with Machamp and farm down, especially because I decided to throw right away, especially because I know that Hypno can easily handle Machamp. They're going to probably come back in with their Machamp and throw immediately, so I'm trying to catch, but they don't. They come in with Ninetales, and I don't have a punch that will hit for super effective or for neutral. None of them hit for super effective, so I don't have anything neutral. So this is one of the challenges of running Fire Punch, Ice Punch, but it also gives you a lot of good coverage. So at this point, I'm just going to bait. I'm going to overfarm. Maybe I'm throwing a Shadow Ball. I get the shield, which is nice. And they switch into Machamp. I try to throw the CMP tie. This is a Rock Slide. It doesn't take me out, but we do CMP tie, so I should have not thrown there. But that's okay because my Machamp still has a lot of health and it has enough energy to get to a cross chop. So that is a GG there. Very, very good first battle there. I'm going to be showing two sets, one from about a day ago and then one from today. So as you can see here, I'm at 22-12. Abomasnow against Machamp, great lead. So let's see what they decide to do. They come into Hypno, so I counter with Lanturn. Don't like to go into my own Hypno because I don't like to play the mind games of who's running Shadow Ball, and this guy is running Shadow Ball. And my Hypno actually can have good play against Abomasnow too because it's running Fire Punch. So I'm running Fire Punch for the grass types. There aren't many, but there's also a lot of ice types like Frostlass, and I don't like running Shadow Ball on Shadow Hypno because if it gets shielded, you're kind of at a big disadvantage. So it's a nice moveset for the regular Hypno, I feel, but the Shadow is just it's a high risk, high reward for the Shadow Ball. So I'm just gonna farm all the way down here. They're not gonna be able to get to another Shadow Ball. I have a lot of energy, so this is nice. They don't know that I have Fire Punch. We're gonna see how much this does. Double super effective Fire Punch. Does a good chunk. From here, I can probably just farm it all the way down. Decide to catch on my Machamp because I assume there's probably something in the back that might be weak to Hypno. There isn't, but I have a lot of energy here, so let's see if this energy lead is enough to beat Wigglytuff. I believe Shadow Hypno beats Wigglytuff in the one shield. So here we're at a 0 shield. So let's see if this is enough, and it is just enough to farm all the way down. They're still actually at their Abomasnow there. Good game from my opponent. Shadow Hypno finishing off the game once again. So Shadow Hypno is working as a great closer in this team comp. So this is a bad lead. I'm going to switch into Lanturn. Lanturn's a really good safe swap. Not a lot of things wall it. Even a lot of people like to counter with Whiscash, but even then, you can shield once and throw a Hydro Pump and then at least get a shield back, or guarantee that you almost take them out as well. So there aren't a lot of things that will hard wall Lanturn. Lanturn has a lot of nice coverage. So here we go. Let's see if they get to a move. They don't. They come back in with Wigglytuff, which is actually really nice for me because I want my Machamp to avoid it. So that means there's something in the back. It's also weak to Hypno. So I decide to save my Hypno, and there isn't. There's another Hypno in the back. So that was interesting. I guess they're trying to throw Wigglytuff in case I am running Shadow Ball on my Hypno, but do I have enough to take this thing out? I have one shield remaining. I only have neutral hits here. I get one more confusion, and I have one more fire punch. So here we have another game where Hypno has closed the entire game. Wait, oh, there we go. With one shield remaining. That was a very close game. Very nice. I didn't think I was going to win that one. I do remember being like, okay, I lost this. All right, Blaziken. This is nice from a champ. They switch into Mew, which is fine because Wild Charge is only going to hit for neutral here. And Lanturn has a good amount of bulk. This is a pretty decent ranked Lanturn too for a shiny. And I never checked Chinchou IVs, so I'm glad that I had this one. And they're probably just going to farm me all the way down. I don't think I get to the Thunderbolt. Oh, I do. So most people are running Spark on their Lanturn. I'm running Water Gun because I like the extra pressure that it puts on neutral things like Frostlass, and at least it prevents you from getting hard walled by Whiscash. But most people are running Spark on their Lanturn if you do come across one, because it is faster energy generation. But as you can see, Lanturn doesn't really have any bait moves, so having a hard hitting, moderately hard hitting fast move is actually pretty beneficial for it. Let's see if I get to it. We CMP tie here, and then I should be able to come and close the game with Hypno once again flexing on everybody. I could have just farmed down. Didn't want to risk it. Didn't want to get hit by a Brave Bird in case they magically had extra energy for whatever reason. So this might be the last battle of the set. Let's see, another Machamp lead. Again, I like to wait. They do throw and catch, unfortunately. Very nice catch on their part. But I decided to switch into my own. Oh no, I don't. I go obviously into Lanturn because Hypno would be a better matchup against Machamp later on. And again, there's not much that Hypno has that's going to threaten Lanturn drastically. I mean, the Shadow Ball is probably going to hit for the hardest. As you can see, the Thunder Punch is neutral because of the water electric typing on Lanturn. I do decide to shield anyway, so I can get to this next Thunderbolt and either pressure a shield or knock them out. I do take switch, which is actually what I wanted. I switch into Hypno immediately, which is aggressive play. And as you can see, here's what I'm talking about: the one shield against Wigglytuff, both at pretty much equal energy. They shield. I'm just gonna go straight Fire Punch and Confusion, and I'm actually able to take it out before they get to the move right at the end. All you have to do is shield once. I decide to let it go because it's a safer play in case the Machamp has a move to throw. Actually, this is risky. Let's see, I caught the cross trap. They decide to undercharge it. This is scary. Can I get it? And they decide to quit. Which is, I don't know if that was 100% over there, but anyways, that was a nice little 5-0 set. A lot of nice clutch finishes on Hypno. And we're at 2280. Now we're going to get into the next set. This is against those Dragon Balls. Very talented battler. So this is the last set for today that I did. As you can see, my ELO is already in the 23 somethings. We have another Machamp lead. This time we go for the CMP tie. And let's see if he didn't throw, but he counters with Registeel. And this is actually another reason why I'm running Fire Punch. It's for Registeel and Melmetal. And I'm running Ice Punch for Whiscash and Nidoqueen, which is why I'm not running Thunder Punch, which is the typical moveset, Thunder Punch, Shadow Ball. But here Fire Punch is actually coming in clutch because I'm going to be able to take a switch back as long as I shield here. And then he's probably not going to want to come back in with Machamp because one Confusion will take it out. I switch immediately into my Machamp. And I let this go because now this is going to look like a clear win with Lanturn. As you can see, the water guns are going to start chipping away pretty quickly at this Regirock. I'm going to eat the first Stone Edge. Does a lot of damage, so technically I can only really afford to get one more. Maybe I can still survive one more, as the counter damage from the Machamp kind of chipped enough. This might be in KO range. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Survive with 1 HP. Decided to switch into Hypno because I had a move stored. Just gonna throw the Ice Punch. Ice is neutral to rock. And that was a good first battle. I had only positive sets today with this team. I tried switching out Lanturn for Dugong and I didn't like it. I went 3-2 both sets in the beginning of the day, and then as soon as I switched back to Lanturn, it was like 4-1 and 4-1 and a 5-0. So really, really good team comp here. At least it's working for me. I don't think it's a great score on PB Poke, but seems to be working for me. Drapion, Drapion is always tough to deal with because it's so spammy now with the poison sting and energy generation. It just spams out crunches and aqua tails. You don't really know what it's throwing at you. They throw out a crunch, as aqua tail will be resisted. I think, does this one have sludge bomb? Did I miss it already? I know I got hit by a few sludge bombs today. Let's see, so throw another crunch. Empoleon. Can I get to the Thunderbolt? I can't, but luckily they decide to throw because they got scared that I was going to get to it. So that might have been what saved the game, to be honest. Because here I failed to catch here, and I'm also not running Thunder Punch on my Hypno, so I can only hit for neutral damage on Empoleon with Fire Punch. But luck of them throwing the move at Lanturn kind of helped save that game. And here I'm like, please don't get to a crunch, and they get to a crunch. No, it's an aqua tail. I don't know if I would have survived crunch there, but they knew that I was already out of move, so I guess they had to throw. I'm curious if crunch would have taken out Hypno. It probably would have. Yeah, it definitely would have. So here, as you can see, we're at 23-73. Let's see what we get to after this last set. Good lead with the Scavalier. They switch into Whiscash. What I like to do with Whiscash is I'm going to soften it up with a cross chop, and then I'm going to go into Hypno, because at this point I can survive a Blizzard and just counter down, Confusion down. I think I might still have to shield once. Yeah. So I have to shield once and then Confusion down, but that's okay because I do have Fire Punch for the Escavalier, which they probably won't expect me to be running. Most Hypnos are not running Fire Punch, and you're going to see how much this is going to do. It does a ton of damage, and then at this point I could just Confusion down. They switch into their Dragalge, and I can have an Ice Punch for that Dragalge as well. They shield, which is interesting, I guess at this point, because can't risk it, and it's their last Pokemon, so let's see what's in the back. So at this point they have to go for Outrage because the Aqua Tails will be resisted. So I'm going to shield once because I know I can get to... They throw a Gunk Shot, which I had no idea Dragalge learned Gunk Shot. So very interesting moveset there under Dragalge, and that was a GG. So that was... I'm pretty sure I thought I was shielding an Outrage. So I was like, if they bait me, we'll see what happens. If they don't bait me, I should win this. They didn't bait me, and they went with an even harder move. All right, Dugong lead, this is good. Shadow Machamp showing clutch. So what I like to do here is just go for the Rock Slide. This is a CMP tie, so I'm gonna shield and try to get their shield. I'm not gonna mess around with baiting, except I'm gonna mess around with baiting. So I get the shield. Okay, never mind. Forget everything I said. At this point, they have to go for Shadow Ball here. So, and I survive one, and I don't survive the next. But if they do bait me once, I do survive an Avalanche and a Shadow Ball. So let's see. As you can see, the Water Gun is putting a lot of pressure. I could just shield and Water Gun down, but do I decide to? I do. Because I know that Dugong is hitting me for resisted damage, and I'm still going to be able to get off this Thunderbolt for super effective before they get to their Icy Wind. So that's why I decided to shield there. I survived with 1 HP, so I decided to switch out. Do they come back in with a Drift Blim? So they're at 1. see if I can get to the next one. 2, 3, 4. I have to throw here. Yeah, so this is a CMP tie. This is probably not going to take it out. Let's see. Nope, but it is a CMP tie. If they had not CMP tie, could have been scary. Could have been scary, as I would have probably had to catch a shadow ball with my hypno. But luckily, we did CMP tie. I don't know, might have been able to counter down. It's tricky to say. They were pretty low already. Another battle against Arcturus Brute. Heracross, Machamp. This is a bad lead for me. Trying to switch, we got some lag here. Let's see what they decide to do. They don't know what to do. I mean, again, Lanturn is a really... You're either going to come in with Whiscash or you're going to come in and be hitting it for neutral damage. It's hard to counter Lanturn, I'm realizing, which is why it's pretty strong in this meta. I'm going to let it go. I already got shield advantage at this point. They didn't switch out, so I know whatever's in the back is probably weak to Lanturn. Probably okay. So we have a Frostlass. That's okay. This is why I have Fire Punch, because the confusions do add up. So you don't really need the Shadow Ball nuke, because one Fire Punch will knock it out after the accumulation of the confusions, as you can see there. And they have a little Mola in the back. And I'm just gonna cross chop and just chip it all the way down as much as possible. And then I'm gonna have to rely on my confusions to do most of the work for me. I could have shielded here. I do shield here because I know it's a psychic, and I guess I can get to another move. I'm trying to get to the rock slide. I was hoping I can get to it. I don't know the counts for psychic, so I was like, I hope I can get to it. But actually, I could take it out with Machamp there. That was really nice. Really nice there. I guess, yeah, anyways, 5-0. So, hope you enjoy this team. I don't know, check it out, try it out for yourself. It gets me pretty high. I'm at 24-48. I'm like right at the cusp of being on the leaderboard. So, anyways, make sure you also check out my podcast, the Wailordz Podcast. We drop episodes every single week, typically on Saturdays. And I'll put the link in the show, the video descriptions. Check us out and like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.